Hey there YouTube, I'm here with another discussion video and the tip video, and today I'm going to be talking about priority. What priority is the player's right to play or activate a card before my opponent does. No matter what the spell speed, no matter what the card, my opponent cannot activate a card before me unless it's something like mandatory, like what's that field spell called? Future Visions? Yeah, I think it's Future Visions. I'm not allowed to call priority with the monster if I summon it, because Future Visions interrupts that. So let's say for my turn, or I have 3 cards in hand and I draw for my turn. During draw phase, my opponent immediately activates Trap Dust Shoot, and I say he can't, because my opponent cannot play cards until I do, or I pass priority. So right now I have 3 cards that are chainable: the MST, Econ, and Max C. I could pitch the Max C, and before Trap Dust Shoot is activated, I can pitch any of these 3 cards, and if they have another back row and then they try to use the Dust Shoot, then I could call a judge and be like, no, you can't. I have player priority to do anything I want before you do. And so what happens is I could play the MST, target the other back row, and then he's forced to keep this down. And yeah, so what happens is you reveal to me your Dust Shoot, and I could just make your Dust Shoot dead. And the thing is, priority, like, you always have it no matter what. And I'm just gonna show you other examples of how you can. One of the most common examples of priority is probably monster effects. So if I sync up into Bionic, I have priority to pitch cards and use the effect of Bionic before my opponent can even activate anything, once the summon is successful. But however, if I sync up with, say, the Sangan, that Sangan is Chainlink 1, so I cannot use priority on Bionic. What priority is it ensures your place on Chainlink 1. If you already took the place in Chainlink 1, then you cannot use priority to call on Bionic. So your opponent might be able to Veiler or Bottomless your Bionic. But other than that, in most cases, without a mandatory effect, I will still be able to call priority on with Bionic and pitch how many cards I want to return whatever cards I want. Another common example is with Formula Synchron. So during my draw phase, I draw my card, and I pass priority in draw phase, pass priority in standby phase. And that's another thing. Even though you might not always do it, it should always be good to say pass priority verbally, because you always have to pass priority before your opponent is allowed to do something. So we go into main phase 1. My opponent will try and sync up and go into Stardust Dragon, but he can't, because I have not said I pass priority, or I have not activated a card. Remember, priority is the player's right to play or activate a card. The activate is really important too, and it's in the rulebook. You can check it out. So I could play Dark Hole before my opponent is able to do anything in main phase 1. Even though Formula is spell speed 2 and Dark Hole is spell speed 1, I have priority to play Dark Hole before they could sync up into Stardust. Priority is probably one of the hardest things to learn about in Yu-Gi-Oh! But once you fully understand priority, then you should be on your way to being a great Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. And priority is a very essential part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. And even when you Veiler something, say Gen X Neutron, priority revolves around that too. But that's for another video. And yeah, that's it. If you have any more questions, just leave a comment below, and please, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down and comment. comment why. And yeah, that's everything for priority. So peace out, YouTube.